And so the last time I gave a talk on how race leaders are created, and some of them, the way we look at leadership is changing. We used to have like the top-down situation where you have one leader who makes all the decisions. But what they're finding now, research is showing that it takes geniuses of all of us, a little slice of genius from you and you and you and you. And when we put it all together and we listen to each other, we can create beautiful things. And I spoke about how companies there's a Pixar company that creates movies, and that was a new thing that was developed after a while. And they do all these animation movies and stuff like that. But they use hundreds of people to put things together, and it comes out really beautiful. And so I want you to think about that as I talk about how there are times when unconsciously, when we see a person for the first time, we may have what is called unconscious bias. We may think, oh, that person is not fit for this position or to do it, because we're looking at the person, the way they're dressed or the way they speak or whatever. But oftentimes we need to look at the skill set of the person. We also need to look and see, is this person leadership potential? And so I'll go through this, and then I hope that we can have like a little bit of discussion. And then if we have time, I'd like to look at how do we make major decisions in our life. I'd like to discuss that, and just feel free to interrupt me if you want. All right, let's begin. Why is unconscious bias a very important thing? This is when we use bias in our decision making. When it comes to hiring people or putting people in responsible positions, sometimes we don't do it because of their skills and ability or what or where they come from, but the way they appear in an interview. Why? We are constantly looking for people that would come into our midst and become part of the fabric of that organization. So companies are always, they hire people that are called PR representatives to promote their programs, or they might have in-house people that goes out and tap into finding great talent to make their company or their business better. Now, some reasons might be that confirmation bias, or the halo effect, or the horn effect bias, or other inter and intrapersonal skills might cause these, these biases. The halo effect. This occurs when you make specific inferences based upon generalizations. The halo effect can be countered by the use of independent data in your analysis. For example, you might decide that you have a situation. You invited your neighbor's child over to play with your child. Soon after, you hear screams coming from the other room, and you assume that it's coming from your child's under attack. But of course, you enter the room and your golden child is the cause of the screams. You've never seen your child in this kind of situation before, and for the first time, you have the awareness, oh, my child could be aggressive. My child could be very protective and maybe a little selfish. You can't believe that it's your child being the aggressor. There is also confirmation bias, where the tendency is to interpret new evidence as